Hola Cultureros, welcome back to Atleti Fanatics, and we are back with another episode. This is a preview of the Villarreal game. This is our second match day in La Liga, and we've met Villarreal quite a few times at the start of the season as well, because just 2 seasons ago we did the opening match against Villarreal only, where Sorloth scored the first goal. Llorente scored a very nice goal as well. Baina used to play for Villarreal back then, and then obviously Danjuma literally killed Axel Witsel with that goal as well. So yeah, we meet Villarreal quite often at the start of the season, and it's the same. This is the La Liga match day 2. I remember the last time we met Villarreal, Nico Gonzalez scored a goal in that match. That was something as well. I thought maybe we have someone. Maybe we have the Fiorentina Nico Gonzalez, but oh boy, I was so wrong. But anyway, guys, we're going to do the preview and all the latest surrounding Atletico de Madrid. And today, to cover that preview, we have Pete. He runs Villarreal Report on Twitter. And Pete is a little shy. So, yeah, so we're going to do this episode like that with Pete. So, Pete, how are you, man?
I'm doing good. Happy to chat for a bit. Thank you guys for the opportunity. I feel like we often get like important fixtures with Atleti. Like we had opening games, we had closing games a lot in the recent times. You forgot to mention the last one where we won 5-1, but that's fine. I guess you forgot. No problem. It's one of my more favorite fixtures in the league, personally. So it's nice to come on and talk about it, and I'm excited to watch it tomorrow or whenever it was.
The season was over for me. Yeah, you could have won 10 win. It doesn't matter. The season was over. But congratulations. You guys finished above us last season. So congratulations for that extra 2-3 million, whatever you guys had. But again,
it's
guys,
always it's a draw, but we always play the same teams at the same time. We always play Villarreal really close to the beginning of the season. We always played Real Madrid in September, Barcelona in December, November.
Yeah, it's not really a draw. Also, Alex,
Yeah,
what's
it's
with the
not
passive
random.
aggression?
wait, what?
I said, what's with the passive aggression? The extra 2-3 mil.
No, I didn't remember the aggression, guys. My bad. But yeah, anyway, guys, just before we start the episode, just like and subscribe as usual. And we're gonna start the before we start the preview, we're gonna discuss a few topics which are going on around Atleti. So we're gonna start with that. And but before even with that, I think Fran wasn't with us when we talked about the review of the Malaga game. Fran, quick, briefly, your thoughts for that Malaga game.
Liked it a lot because we got to see the kids. What I like the most is just Barrios and Mendoza, the 2-8s playing really well. But yeah, it was just a kids game. Didn't have a lot of what we're going to see in the season. We didn't have fullbacks. Danny Martinez was perfect. I will keep him in the first team. I like the midfield. Arnau did some good stuff. Lookman seemed kind of awkward at the striker position. So that probably told the board that we need to get someone for striker. But aside from that, I like the game, especially when the new guys entered, because Kang-in, holy shit, I can't stop thinking about Kang-in since that game. Created a ton of chances, scored a wonder goal, but I like the game a lot. I still thought we were a bit too direct, too open. I thought that our team was like too stretched whenever we had the ball or in deeper areas. So I didn't like that. But at least Mendoza ball, Barrios was amazing. So can't complain. We'll see what happens when the rest of the squad is there. But good game, good start.
Interesting. And the next topic, obviously, we're going to discuss is, which is going on a lot before we go on, the Julian Alvarez to Arsenal situation. Because again, guys, we've talked about this a lot on our episodes, that every day there will be something about Julian Alvarez until the transfer window ends. And even I think like even after the transfer window ends, like from Barca's POV, I mean something will come up for sure. Like like how stupid like the Yota Yordi and all the media houses over there are. They will like like make up something up. Like Keeks perfectly mentioned it. Barca fan fiction. That's literally how it is. But guys, again, I'm gonna ask Pete actually. Like Pete, what do you think about this Julian Alvarez situation from an outsider?
I'm surprised that it's still going on because like from minute one, my thinking is what a player that signed the contract was it 1 or 2 seasons ago, and if the club says they're not selling, they're not selling. Why are we still doing this? I guess I underestimated how much control Barca have in the media and how much they can spin this thing to much more than it is. I'm happy that it's kind of winding down. If he stays in the league, I would be happy if he stayed at Atleti. I think it's a very good fit for him. And it's funny seeing the reports from more valid Atleti sources saying, yeah, it's not happening. And then you'll see that fucking All About Argentina counterpost some source that I've never heard in my life talking about, oh, Julian Alvarez wants to go to Barca and something. But the memes are very funny with when the squad photos came out, the one where he looks depressed, the memes that came out of that are very funny. But other than that, I'm surprised that it's still a situation at all.
There you guys see, even Pete has common sense. But again, the Barca people, you guys seriously, you guys are on in a different la la land. But anyway, Keeks, you wanna say about that Julian Alvarez to Arsenal?
Same as usual. This is just a general thing, not even specific to Atleti fans. Mundo Deportivo is a Barcelona-based journalist organization. They are not very reliable when it comes to anything that is not Barcelona. So, especially when it comes to either Real Madrid, Atletico, or any other Madrid club in that general vicinity, they do not have reliable information regularly. If it's from Javi Gumara, okay. Everybody else, do not listen. It is not only
No,
is
I
it
mean
verifiably
Walter,
false,
even Walter is good
and
actually.
Walter as
Is
well.
yeah.
But that's the two ones that are specialized in Atleti news, right? Everybody else, if you hear from them and they're talking about Atletico, oh, we're interested in Bernal, oh, we're interested in we're not. We haven't been. It's very consistently like this. I don't need to say it again. Do not listen to them. This is equivalent to El Chiringuito. Like I said, they're just not real.
It's pretty simple because you have Sport and Mundo Deportivo, who are Barcelona news outlets. Do not listen to them often. And then you have us and Marca, who are Real Madrid news outlets. So aside from a couple of journalists, specific journalists, just ignore.
Yeah, just ignore it. Like straight up.
There you guys. So that's all I want to say about the Julian Alvarez and Arsenal situation. And also, I think, guys, it's too late. It's too late. Like like I think, again, we'll see until the end of the transfer window for sure. But I think it's too late to let Julian Alvarez go. But if we can get Osimhen somehow, like if he ends up at Arsenal, I mean, maybe again. Yeah, this is me being delusional, by the way. But guys, anyway, talking about Arsenal in London, Matteo Alemani was in London, and again the reports suggested that he was trying to get a loan for Nico. Yeah, I don't know why I'm saying Gonzalez every time, but yeah, Nicolas Jackson, guys, Nico Jackson. He was trying to get a loan for Nico Jackson, and again there are mixed feelings about this one, among the Atleti fan base. I mean, at Villarreal, Nico Jackson was really good, and I mean, we're going to talk about this with Pete as well, obviously. But I really want to ask this on our Atleti perspective first. So, Fran, what do you think if we can get Nico Jackson on loan at Atleti?
I like Nico Jackson quite a lot, more than average Atleti fans, because he's sort of become a meme because I don't know, the Premier League fans started joking about him and he became a meme, but he's a really good striker. Probably not the type of striker that I wanted, but I'll be happy with him ahead of Sorloth all day. So for me, get him if it's on loan. No huge risk. All good.
Geeks?
I've liked him for a while in Villarreal and Chelsea, and I think he did okay in Bayern, considering the fact that the player in front of him was Harry Kane. Harry Kane had like a historic year for himself. He had like 63 goals or something like that, or more than that, I think, in all competitions. So hard to get in front of him. Not too shocking why, but like did good in all things considered. Was good in Villarreal. He came out as a winger. Chelsea signed him and immediately put him a centre forward and told him, "Figure it out, buddy." And he did a good crack at it, but I don't know what to say. It's like if you want him to do better, you either give him proper training and understanding of his role, or you play him in his position that you signed him for. So I understand why Emery wanted him back in Aston Villa, because Emery knows him quite well from that same period of time. I know there was another coach, Kike Setien, I believe it was, in Villarreal for that second half of the season that also helped him out. I'll ask Peter about that in a bit. But decent player, not necessarily what I wanted, because I wanted the aerial presence, what Sola does not really give us in that sense. So, he's better than Solat in the sense that he has the link up play, but finishing Solat is better. So it's like you're getting pieces together of different parts of a striker that I want, rather than the complete package. So it's good. It's not bad. I still kind of wanted Igor Jesus. But yeah.
Pete, here you go. This is what I want to ask you about Nico Jackson. So again, at Villarreal, like he was amazing for sure. That's what what earned him like, his move to Chelsea. And then in Chelsea, again, like Fran mentioned, in the Premier League, he became that sort of a meme. And then I think like Bayern kind of revived him from that stuff. But what do you think, like Nico Jackson, as of right now, is he the same Nico Jackson that used to be at Villarreal? Like, what's your thoughts about it?
I don't think he's the same, because I would not be surprised if he does not reach those heights that he had in that 6 month or so period, or 4 months in the second half of this last season, ever again, because that was honestly insane. Like, he was scoring a goal every single game for like 3 months. That's, for a striker like him, where his finishing isn't his greatest strength, that's almost impossible to replicate. But I think he's still good. He does a lot of things well. When he was here, he was more of a finisher, but at Chelsea, I've seen him contribute a lot more to the plays. I was very excited to watch him play with Kane at the same time at Bayern, because I thought they would work very well, but that didn't really happen at all, unfortunately. For Atleti, I think there's a lot to get out of him. Again, like Kik said, he does not have aerial presence at all. I always thought it was due to how we played at the time, because when Setien was here, I think that across his entire tenure, we launched like 5 crosses into the box in total, because the ball was always on the ground. That was one of the main parts of his idea. And maybe Nico didn't develop his aerial game that much. He doesn't look too tall. I don't know how exactly tall he is, but when you watch a game, he doesn't look too tall and too imposing in the box. But I think that he would do more than Sorloth, for example, but there are definitely better targets. If you can get him on loan and maybe leave space for someone else, would be good business, I think.
Yeah, I think for me, like Nico Jackson, like I would say, if I ignore the finishing part, like I think like he's a really really good guy. Like like he's good with his feet, good with link up play as well. Again, good acceleration as well. Everything about him is perfect. And like again, like I think like if he can improve his finishing, then he can be a very 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 good striker. Like Pete mentioned, like like that 6-7 months period which he had, like again he was scoring in every game. So
We
again,
have a coach. We have a coach that specializes in strikers getting better with finishing.
There you go. That can happen, or we can get another Morata. Literally, it's literally that.
Morata's
Without the
best ever
without
season
the
in
aerial
his
threat.
life is in this club.
I am sorry, but Morata, literally best striker profile I have ever seen in my life, but he couldn't finish chances.
I mean,
And he
that's
was
what Nico
amazing here.
Jackson. That's what Nico
No,
Jackson. I feel. That's what I feel
no,
about Nico
it's
Jackson.
not the same.
Like,
Morata had everything. Morata wasn't slow, but he
fair
was
enough.
more than fast enough. He had the dribbling, he had the link up play, he had the aerial presence.
Morata,
His problem was mental, not physical.
yeah,
He had
that
We have to we have to ignore the aerial part as well. Fair enough.
no, but I agree though with what Senkik said. We can get Igor Jesus. You know, I love Igor Jesus. I have a Botafogo shirt with his name. If we can get that guy, I'd be super happy.
I mean, there's another guy. There was another ex Villarreal striker that was kind of in the league. A little cheap. He's young. A guy called Ete Young. You know, take a look at them. I think that would be a good. The other Levante striker went to Real Madrid. I feel like we should go for this one. I feel like that's the vibes. That's
It's
me.
funny because the last thing I saw before clicking this link was a bunch of Levante fans slandering him.
Yeah, they don't deserve Ete Young.
I think he's very valuable. I think he's very good, but he has not gone on well there at all.
Yeah.
I think that the move now wouldn't do him that well from a personal note, like how he would handle it.
We talk about like to Atleti or like staying in Levante.
To Atleti, I think staying is the best thing he can do.
Okay.
Or maybe come back here to an environment he knows already, where he became a good player.
Fair enough.
But I don't think that the jump is coming at an appropriate time for him now.
Fair enough. But not a good shout though. I mean, like, yeah,
not a good shout, or you mean not a bad shout?
Not a good shout is crazy.
My bad. Wrong choice of words, guys. But Pete, I was just checking Villarreal thing. So I don't think, like, other than Peter Gulakshi, any other name arrived at Villarreal, or I might be wrong, because for me, notable was Peter
There's
Gulakshi.
no one. No one else.
So just Gulakshi. So what do you think about the transfer market right now? What do you guys need?
A midfielder. More than, I think maybe we can go for some sort of backup striker, but if we don't, that's fine. But we need a midfielder because last season we really suffered because of the lack of midfield depth, because Parejo was 36 and the other guy. But because of that, we suffered a lot because we had to juggle Champions League, and you'd often get games like against, I think it was against Copenhagen, where the midfield just did not exist at all because the good guys played in the league on the weekend. And now we have a bunch of jargon. And now, especially with Parejo leaving, and you're promoting two youngsters who are really, really good, but they're still not fully there yet, you should give them a sort of platform to grow and to have more confidence by signing another midfielder and also making sure that you're not in the deep end the moment you have an injury or a suspension. Because, for example, Pape got suspended a few times last season, which hurt us a bit. Diatta also picks up yellows quite often, and you need someone there. For me, if I had to choose, it would be someone, you need someone that you can like throw the ball to no matter what, and he'll think of something. He'll solve the problem. We have those players in other areas of the pitch. Like in defense, we have Renato, we have Carlos Romero working there. In attack, we have pretty much everyone. But in midfielder, you need that sort of player the most. We don't have it yet. Massey is looking really good, but he's not there yet. You know what I mean?
I saw that you're looking at Nathan Saliba, and from what I've watched him, he's not like the exact profile you need. But what do you think about the guy?
maybe I'm not qualified to talk about him because I pretty much only watched him at the World Cup. But I think he's a good player, but the profile is almost opposite to what we need. I've seen people saying, and I've seen that he's pretty good off ball, despite like not being the most physically imposing guy. He's very good in his movement and positioning off ball, but mainly I didn't see him like be able to take time on the ball, pick out passes. Mainly he plays with less touches, which I don't think is something we need. But I could be entirely wrong because I watched him like twice or 3 times. I don't think we should spend 15 million on him as it stands.
I feel like you all should pick up one of the midfielders from Racing from your last game, like either Puerta or the other guy.
I mean, they're linked with Gustavo Puerta from Racing.
The other guy you're mentioning that I don't remember his name because he has like a very Spanish name, like name Spanish, but he's apparently going to Real Madrid.
Oh no!
I'm not talking about that guy. I think he's talking about
Sergio. He's talking about he's talking about Sergio Martinez, who scored a banger.
No, I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about
Fran is talking about.
Yeah, I'm talking about that guy. Yes, he's going to Real Madrid.
I'm talking about Maget guy, the other one.
Maget guy. Yeah.
Although he's more of a DM than he is like what do you call it, more of an 8. But I looked at both of them and I was like, why? It's not to say that like the Racing doesn't deserve good midfielders, but it's like this is a really good pair of midfielders, and I'm shocked that nobody like Puerta had a great World Cup.
Puerta is the guy for Villarreal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like having a great World Cup. He's just came into La Liga. He shows he already has the level. This is somebody who probably doesn't have a very high release clause either. Villarreal have the money to do it. They've hit Champions League twice in a row. To me, I was just like, well, it's like a no-brainer.
I entered Twitter and searched Gustavo Puerta, and I scrolled down like past 5 tweets, and I've already seen rumors about him joining Benfica, Olympiacos, Fenerbahce. So I don't know what's going on with the guy. Nottingham Forest. So I don't know. He will probably leave, but I don't know where.
You think Puerta would fit well, like do the job that we need? I think he's very good, but I'm not sure about if he's like the guy.
I think he's good. I mean, if you wanted the guy in midfield, you'd have had to do it way earlier in the summer. Like we're at the end of August right now. You know what I mean? Like
we're not gonna get the guy.
So, but this is as good as a market opportunity as it gets, in my opinion. I think Puerta deserves that step up, especially because
I think it's much of a market opportunity. I think we were linked in like June or July or whatever it was, and the numbers floating around were 20 million, which I think that the whole flow of this summer has led me to believe that we're going to avoid spending those sorts of numbers on a player. For me, I think it's worth it. Why? I can't tell you exactly, I guess.
I mean, the good thing is that you guys pretty much kept all your players, didn't sell one really crucial player, so that's good. But that midfield, I mean, especially considering...
this is where I'm coming, by the way. Because I was just about to say that. Like, there are 2 major rumors going on right now. One is Willy Kambala to Como, and the next one is Barca fans are twerking for Mikatautse. So I really want to ask your opinion on these 2 players. I mean, Mikatautse, I don't think like he's going to leave, but Kambala most probably.
Kambala, I love him a lot. I was following him since his United days. Well, I follow United in general, so I knew about him. I think like the only long form like articles what I wrote was about Kambala when he right here. I'm a bit sad it hasn't worked out, but it was a bit predictable because he's been injury prone forever. But I think he's got a lot to give in the little he played when he was fit, when he wasn't coming off an injury. I was honestly surprised by how well he fit in, very impressed. And I think that we would do well to have 5 center backs this season because, again, you're playing 3 competitions. You need depth. You need more depth than you think you need. And also, one of the center backs is Foyth, who you can't rely on over a season because he's very good, but he will miss like 3 months every season. But I understand that the kid wants to play, which is why I like the Osasuna deal, which was the first place he was supposed to go. But now Como, it's not exactly clear if they want to loan him or transfer him. I would assume because it's Como, they want to sign him permanently, which I would be sad to see him go. But with us having 5 center backs, it would be silly not to consider a good offer. And about Mikal Tadze, I think that from the first moment it was a bit nothing. It's another thing about Barca media because it was firstly reported by a sort of up-and-coming journalist on our side of the media, and all of the Barca aggregators and media and whatever, maybe not the big media pages, but all of the aggregators and stuff reposted it, and you would not know that this is not someone who like regularly gives out big information and who you would generally wait to see his info be confirmed by the bigger Villarreal sources before taking it as something that's happening. And it never was confirmed by any of the bigger sources. I think that every time bigger journalists like Moreto or Gerard Romero talked about it, it was because of all of the talk that people online were making, which came from this initial report, which was never really confirmed. I think that nothing is really happening. Besides, I don't think that Barca have 78 million to spend, which is his clause at the moment. So I don't think it's happening. I don't think he's going anywhere, and I'm really happy he's not going anywhere.
There have also been rumors about Ayose Perez to Barcelona.
That was the most ChatGPT rumor I've ever seen. Random La Liga striker go. It doesn't really make sense. It made more sense when he was linked to Depor at the start of the window than him being linked to Barca. I think he's good, but you get what I mean.
Right. Anyway, we move to the match now. Again, your last match was against Racing. You guys played a 2-2. I mean, like, for me, that was a match of a banger goals. Like, literally 3 goals were banger. Nicolas Pepe with 2 goals, and then Sergio Martinez with a great goal as well. And for Atleti, like, again, we scored 2 bangers as well. Kang-in Lee and Alex Baena with a free kick. So now coming to this game, what are your thoughts, Pete, coming to this game? And do you think you can handle Atleti? I mean, like, we are still figuring out our starting lineup. Players are coming back from fitness and everything. And whereas your players are pretty much there, but still you guys are struggling a little bit. So what are your thoughts on coming to this match?
The thing is, I wouldn't exactly say that all our players are there. I think a bit of this was shown in the Racing match because half of the players we played in that match played only half of the preseason. Like if I look at this thing you put on screen now, Foyth and Pepe played like 1 match in the preseason. Renato as well, but he played very well. Maybe it doesn't apply to him. But there was a bit of noticeable lack of preparation, a bit. And also in the physical aspect, we're not entirely there yet. But the problems were mainly like we're playing competitively for the first time under Inigo, and it cost a bit for players to figure out what they were supposed to do. Some players got on well, but for example, Foyth and Junior were big problems when we were trying to build up from the back. We were playing much faster.
Junior was always a problem, though.
Well, yeah, true. And in other things, but that's not the topic here. Santi also was pretty poor by his standards, and Moleiro as well. And Mourinho, I won't say he was poor, but it's very clear that this right back position in this system is not for him, because every time he got the ball in space and had to run or got it in a good position in the final third, he just didn't really know what to do. And I wonder if we will keep working with that, or will sub Freeman in, who is much more suited to that sort of style. What do you guys think from your perspective after the match against Malaga? I watched it, but I did not pay too much attention, to be honest. For me, it's going to be a bit of a game of more who's more prepared, like whose players are arriving in better form.
I think
Both
that's
physically speaking and in terms of like match reps and that.
That's the main. I think that's the main difference between Atleti and Villarreal right now. Even though Villarreal have a new coach and they're changing their whole style and all these other things, most of this team, even if they've been to the World Cup, is a lot more match ready than Atleti right now. Like a lot of our players, straight up, just weren't here for the preseason, and this is probably they've been here for like what, a week, 2 weeks tops, give or take. You can't really expect too much out of Grimaldo if he is to start. You can't expect too much out of Llorente if he is to start. Like, I know it's Llorente, I know he's like, whatever, the Sun King, blah, blah, blah. But like, he's still Llorente off of like 2 weeks of like non-stop drinking after the World Cup final. Like, it's you're not gonna get the best version of him. So I think the main way that Atleti is going to have to like compensate for that is going to be the midfield. I'm not necessarily sure it makes sense to have Koke here, knowing that Papkaye and Komasanya are very physically capable and can interpret the space quite well. So, in my eyes, if Komasanya and Guy are playing, put Johnny there, put Barrios there, and maybe Bayern there as well. That's my midfield three.
Hjulmand?
I prefer Johnny in this game. Human in general, but Johnny in this game. Because I think I need somebody to try and match that ability that these two have in terms of being able to find the space, being able to, cover.
No, I was thinking lately that I still prefer Johnny in big games in general.
Yeah.
Like Hjulmand, it's okay in your regular La Liga game, but against top opposition, I still prefer Johnny. But whatever.
That's me, yeah. But I this is my personal belief. I don't know if you agree with me, but I'm not I feel like Foyt has been around too long to be getting, and he was doing too much nonsense in that game to be getting this much freedom. Like, Mourinho is a centre back. He's not a right back. I don't think he'll ever really acclimatize to being a right back. Like, he has really good defensive traits, but him defending out wide does not make him a right back. That's not how this works. Like, his handles are decent for a centre back, not for a full back. You have fullbacks. You have multiple good fullbacks in both sides of the pitch. Use them. Freeman is very good. He's defensively very good. He's offensively very good. He has options for you. For me, you put Freeman on the right. You put Mourinho in the centre back. You figure out the midfield, and then you go from there.
Freeman with his carrying and general power that gives you from right back reminds me of what Rachu gave to Inigo Perez at Rayo. So it really makes sense.
That's another one that I don't understand.
The most alike player there is to Rachu at the moment.
Why don't
surprising that we
get Rachu? Yeah, like, he has you hold rights to Rachu. Why don't you just get him?
We sold them.
Oh, you sold the full rights. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, it was weird because we sold the full rights, and then a few days later, I think, we got Freeman, which doesn't really make any sense to me. It didn't make any sense at all at first because Marcelino doesn't use that type of right back, and Freeman barely played when he joined. But I guess it was decided from then that Marcelino was not going to be here for this season. That was maybe the first sign of it. I think that Foyth is good. He still has a lot to give us. Like, it's maybe a gimmick at this point, but every time he plays, he gives you a bit of a floor. Usual. So yesterday, in the match against Racing, he was not good. But maybe that's also because he's coming back from an injury. I think he played one game in the preseason as well. I don't know why he played, but all of our center backs were a bit touch and go. I would have liked to see Pau play there, since Costa is not fully there yet as well. But I guess Foyth has that spot, maybe a bit undeservedly as the first spot, but I think that over the season that will change, and it will be either Vega. No, it will be Vega for sure, and either Costa or Mourinho if he gets dropped back to center back, which I think is a matter of time. But either way, I'm really happy with either of them being there. And Foyth when he's not doing the tomfoolery he was doing in the first game.
Interesting. Also, like I'm taking an interesting stat over here. The last 11 Atleti Villarreal meetings produced 37 goals, averaging 3.4 per game. I mean, wow. The last time when we met it was 2-0, 5-1. I've forgotten already, to be honest. And
Yet you're
then
referencing it.
I was talking like on behalf of Pete over there, But Pete, so any changes would you like to make, about this lineup for Villarreal, and then we'll talk about the Atleti lineup.
About the lineup in particular, there's not really much I would say. I liked Macias' cameo, although he wasn't fully there yet, misplaced a few passes and such, but I liked what I saw, but I don't think he'll be thrown in immediately. I think that this will be it. I think that Inigo will not give up on the Mourinho right back idea after a game or two. And the only other question mark is Gerard, who is always touch and go with his fitness and such. I think he didn't train with the team today, but you never know if that's just a specific workout plan for him or if it's something more serious. Maybe we can see Ayoza there. And other than that, I don't think there's much to talk about in the lineup. You guys have much more topics on your side, I think. Because the lineup from the last game, is not going to happen again. So you guys have a lot more question marks and a lot more pieces to swap together.
I was just
We
coming
didn't
to
even
that.
see any news about possible lineups.
Nah, we did not. So yeah, so this was the lineup which we had against Malaga. I mean, Lukman was over here, and now it is on the left-hand side. Guys, we will see changes for sure, but I don't know where. I think most probably Llorente will start on the right back, and Juliano probably goes over here. So I'll just put them quickly.
You went past him. I don't know how, but you did.
Yeah, I know. Okay, hang on. What is going on?
GIU.
Never mind. Oh, there you go. So there you go, guys. Juliano, and then we have Llorente. I think
this guy's Italian and he can't spell Italian names. What's this?
Llorente, and then guys, defense. I think defense. Do you guys see any changes in defense other than Llorente?
Me personally, I would take off Lunamon, but he's probably gonna play. And then I don't know what happens. I think Grimaldo has to play. Probably, I think he's gonna get put into the deep end a little bit because Pepe is a very different beast than whatever Danny Martinez was actually facing against in Malaga.
That's true. True.
This is not somebody I want to trifle with. He's in transition. Pepe is a monster, and you can't necessarily make mistakes against him because he'll punish you. So it'll probably be Grimaldo.
You see Grimaldo starting.
I think so. I think the reason why he didn't get any minutes in the other game is because he's probably trying to conserve him, because we did start him in the Marseille game in the preseason. Um, don't know what the Arnau Ortiz situation is, but I don't, and or if I know Bayern is going to play up for Mendoza, but I don't know anything else outside of that.
You think Baina
Like,
will start? I don't think so. Baina will start. I think
I think so.
Mendoza. Fran, what do you think?
Arnau really caught my eye in the Malaga game. I would have said I hope he starts, but you're playing against us, so I hope he doesn't start. But then Bayern is also really good, so
Yeah,
it's unfortunate that you guys have so many solutions.
well, the solutions on paper. That's the whole issue that we have right now. They have to prove themselves.
Yeah,
In the
true.
first place, Atleti's. I feel like I've said this a few times, but Atleti's season is almost always defined by how good it is like Villarreal. Are we actually good, or are we not actually good? Like if we draw against Villarreal twice, it's like, all right, we're having an okay season. If we beat you all twice, okay, we might actually challenge. If we lose twice, oh, things tough. You
That's
know
a
that?
very good. That's a very good point. Like I agree with you. That's a very good point, especially at La Ceramica.
Yeah, that's the super major test. Because sometimes we can scam a win or a draw at home, like we did that last
last
minute
time.
Saul cross into Mondi where he just headed it straight back into the net. It was really funny. But I was just like, it was such a funny game because I feel like Atleti were playing really, really good, and Villarreal just found 2 goals out of nothing, and I was like, this is some bullshit. I hate this. but I it they deserve what they got, if that makes sense. I think
Oh,
they played.
I hated the 1-1 as well, where Jorgensen was literally like time wasting now and then. I'm so sorry, Pete,
Uh,
but yeah,
I think the
that
worst
was
loss that we ever had was the Emery. I think it was 2-0 or 3. When Molina just came into the club, João Felix was being
The 2-0 at
impatient.
the Metropolitano, I think that was
Yeah,
I think Molina got a
one
red
of
card.
one of my favorite games ever.
yeah. No, it's to me that was worse than the 5-1, because the 5-1 is like, all right, we played Longley. Everybody saw Longley give away like 3 different goals. Longley came off for Puric did the exact same shit. And it's like, all right, whatever, I don't care. And then of course Pap guy also scores a screamer from outside the box. Regular stuff, whatever. Like the the bad one was the Emery 2-0, because that was a comprehensive tactical defeat. And even though I think Simeone was going to adapt, João Felix threw the entire mission into the thing by getting frustrated and doing stupid passes in the press. And it was just,
Guys,
damn, you
again,
couldn't beat it.
back to the lineup, guys. Back to the lineup.
Sorry.
We went to history.
But my point is, this is one of those things where whatever the lineup is here, or how we beat, tried to beat, I should say, not how we beat them, but how we tried to beat Villarreal is entirely dependent on how good La Liga can really be. Like, okay, we got a game against Malaga. Nice. How do we actually stack up? This is always the real test. So yeah.
There you go. I think for me this lineup is pretty much good. And then coming off the bench, I think we have game changers like last game, Kang-in Lee and Baina. So I'll go with this one. But Fran, what do you think about this lineup against Villarreal?
Um, it's okay. I really have no particular preferences. I don't know who is available to start or not. I don't know if Juliano will start. Probably Kang-in, no? Because Juliano just arrived. But yeah, I really think that Mendoza is going to start again. Probably because of what Yusan Kick said, to stack midfield, have more players. I know that even when stacking midfield, that's probably not the ideal players, because you'd rather probably Johnny, but I think we'll see pretty much that, but with Kang-in.
Interesting. Guys, let us know in the comment section what would be your starting lineup. Let us know in the comment section. But yeah, we are heading towards the end of this episode. Pete, who would be your star player coming to this game for Villarreal? Who do you think can make a difference for Villarreal?
I don't I wouldn't put it on any single player because no one has really shown like that high level. If I had to pick one, it would be Mikotadze because he had that X factor, and I think that in the preseason, if Gerard plays, the two of them had a really good connection. I've liked how Mikotadze is able to operate more as the sort of reference nine in a way, even though he's not exactly that. But Gerard Moreno is going to be doing whatever on the pitch. He's not going to be the guy that finishes off chances most of the time. But I think that Mikotadze has a very nice way of interpreting space. And if someone had to like step up and secure a result for us, it would be him. Pepe is also great, but he's not fully in shape yet for me. So we'll have to wait for that a bit.
And who do you think?
I need Pep Guy to not take a shot outside the box. That's all I need.
Right. And who do you think, Pete, who can actually like make a difference for Atleti? Like, like with like which player like you feel like, like there's danger to Villarreal?
If he plays, I think we're gonna have trouble with Kang-in because he's very versatile. He can cause trouble in all sorts of places, and our defensive system is not really figured out yet. I don't feel like Atleti have too many transitional threats, which is our main issue right now. But if I had to pick one, it would be Kang-in. Not because of the transitions, but because he's just very good.
Interesting. Guys, quickly, the same thing. The player we have to worry about first.
Pep Guy. Genuinely, Pep
Guy. He looked a bit off in the first game, but if he's on it, Alberto Moleiro.
Interesting. I think I'll go for Mikotadze. I think Linoman playing and Mikotadze. I don't know. I don't feel confident.
Oh shit! I forgot.
I don't feel.
If it was Pubil or Romero or Kuzema, I would be like, yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, Linoman against Mikotadze. I don't.
Linoman was struggling against Chupe, and Chupe did nothing of use against with Malaga. So I worry against an actually good striker.
But anyway, guys, the player like who can make a difference for us? Quick, Fran.
Rodrigo Mendoza.
Oh wow, Fran is on Mendoza's train. Nice.
Barrios.
Interesting.
Maybe Lookman catches himself in this game. Maybe that's what happens.
Hopefully. But for me, I think like Kang-in Lee will have another good game, either coming off the bench or if he starts, then yes. So we'll see about that for sure.
Yep.
And this
I
is
probably should have mentioned Rodrigo or Rodrigo or Barrios as well, because I feel like of the starters, they're the only ones that really did anything of note against Malaga. So maybe I should have mentioned those. They're also
fine.
For me, Barrios was the man of the match in the first game, but I was struggling because every time I saw him put a little bit of intensity, I was scared for my life for an injury. I saw him work really hard off the ball, and I was like, no. And wait, there was once where a teammate of his, Julian, almost injured him.
Tackled him. Yeah, I know.
I wanted to rescind his contract immediately.
But anyway, this is, I think, last season when we were doing the score prediction thing, Fran won, even though we were almost wrong every time. Actually, but still Fran won at that one.
You got 2 right, and we did this for like the entire season. That's how bad we are with this. So I got Pete, none right. Alex got 1 right. We're not good.
Pete, what would be your score prediction for the Sunday game?
You know what? We looked at the stat about a lot of goals. We both scored bangers in the last match. Fuck the Feds, 3-3.
Oh, wow.
Jesus.
3-3. Okay. Wow. Okay. Keeks.
I'll take it.
I'm not competing for the title, so I can throw out bullshit.
Fair enough. Keeks.
I really want a clean sheet, but I don't see it. Like not with Lamont starting. I can't see it. I want to say we win, but I think this is one of the few games I'll abstain. I think Villarreal is one of those teams where you get what you get, and you just have to accept it. So I'm not further in prediction. This is the only time I'll opt out.
You're
Okay.
rocking out. Jeez. Fran.
Boo.
2-1 win for us. 2-1.
2-1. Okay. All right. I think for me it's a 2-0, the repeat of last season. Because again, at the start of the season, Villarreal kind of struggled defensively. I think we can nick some goals. So I'm going to go with 2-0 as of right now. And there you
There will
guys
definitely
again.
be goals. Like if nothing else, we have Junior in goal, so like there will be goals.
Tough.
But anyway, guys, let us know in the comment section as well what would be your score prediction. And again, thank you so much for watching this episode until this long. I thought like it's going to be a short episode, but yeah, it went on and went on. Because Geeks had a plan to, talk about
All right,
Villarreal's lineup,
it's my fault. It's my fault.
instead of feet. But anyway, thank you so much, Pete, for joining us as well. And again, if you're a Villarreal fan and watching this episode, make sure you check Villarreal Report on Twitter. I'll put it in the description. And just like and subscribe as usual. Thank you so much for watching. Again, you guys can listen to us on Spotify as well. And again, you guys can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. I don't know if that's working. Keeks probably has that information. But anyway, guys, thank you so much. Until then, Opaleti. Ciao, ciao.